Hey guys, this is just a quick clip from our match review. Obviously, the full podcast is out: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get your shows. There will be more YouTube content coming though this week. We have a really cool interview with Matt Law. We'll have a Manchester United preview. So go ahead and smash. You need to smash that subscribe button. Like our videos. The more engagement we get, the more videos we'll do. It's really helped us out. Now we're 15K. So yes, do that and you'll make me happy.
Top line stats: Chelsea at home with 44% possession, 6 shots, 4 on target to Sevilla's 5 shots, 2 on target, a couple corner kicks, 14 tackles there, 8. We each had an offsides. We had 3 cautions. I thought we were going to have 4 with Jorginho, and they had 2 cautions. And the expected goals, Dan, from our friend at Kaylee_graphics, painted a very thrilling picture, as Nick might say.
Yeah, it was Chelsea not great to Sevilla, also not great. It was Chelsea of 0.4 expected goals to Sevilla's 0.3 expected goals. So, yes, not good.
Amadi, is that what you're expecting going into this? I mean, between the starting lineup, the shitty form that we've kind of been inconsistent with, Sevilla being on a good run of form in La Liga as far as it's concerned. I mean, 0-0 in this lineup were not really what I was expecting.
No. The last thing I thought it would be was a goalless draw, so I guess myself and ESPN and FC were on the same page for once. But honestly, I wanted to see a game that was going to be exciting. I expected that. I think Sevilla is a team that, if you watch any of their games recently or even in the past couple of years, particularly in European competition, they tend to show up. And I figured we would be up for it. So didn't see the 0-0 coming. And the lineup, I guess I assumed 75% of those players would be out there. But honestly, I think it was we just kind of looked a little sluggish. So.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at. Like, he played basically the same exact lineup, except for a couple of switches here or there. But Lampard's not going to be able to do that very much this year. They just had a hard game against Southampton. They're obviously a little bit down coming off of that. And of course, you swap out Christensen for Silva. Of course, you swap out Reece James for Aspi, and the goalkeeper, which we'll talk about. Is a huge addition to this group, but the rest of the players looked leggy. It did not seem to be a positive, exuberant attitude on the field from any of them, and there are going to be a lot of questions asked about lineups this year and Frank's willingness to play players that he hasn't played a whole lot leading into some of these games. So I think that's going to be a theme you have to watch out for.
We don't have to rage at not having Marcos Alonso like a couple of people did on Twitter. Suspended. So that will
Where was he?
Dispel that first conspiracy theory. One on the board, Dan. So the good left back, right back, and a goalkeeper, which there's nothing better than having a spine of your defense as the outside backs and your goalkeeper, because that is what you need. Ben Chilwell, statistically, had 1 shot on target, 2 key passes, 2 accurate crosses, 3 clearances, 2 interceptions, 2 aerial duels, 1. That's a pretty active day for a defender, for a left back. He's seems healthy. Seems like he's able to go on a bit of run here and get some consistency. Dan, I guess over to you for Chilwell. Chili B, Benjamin Chilwell. Thoughts, feelings, emotions?
Lots of positive emotions. I think him saving himself for Chelsea and the Premier League and the Champions League during the international break, finding his way out of playing for England for a few matches, was A++ for Chelsea. That worked out really, really well for us. So thank you, Benjamin, for making that happen. But in general, he's had really solid form. He's offering great distribution moving forward. I think we talked about with Joe this weekend that he is still a bit of a swashbuckler playing out of the back sometimes, and that has produced some interesting moments. But his recoveries today were actually really exceptional considering how far up the pitch he was trying to go, particularly when he was working with Mason. It required him to go much, much further up the pitch. And to get back a couple of times where he really saved Zuma's bacon, Amadi, I've been so impressed, and I feel like he's actually turning out to be maybe one of the best values of our summer spending spree.
Oh, for sure. I think that, I don't know, I feel like the bar in that position might be a little low, and we were looking anything that wasn't a kind of lazy track back or the repetitive, okay, it's been passed to me by the center back, I'm going to kick it right back to him without even looking up the field, would have been an improvement. I'm not naming any names, Marcus Alonso. But if we're going to have a guy like Chilwell, who is clearly up for this challenge, like he is motivated, he is giving his all, I think that I'm okay with him taking risks because I trust him after a few games to track back and to make up for it. Also, I feel like his first thought isn't always, okay, I'm going to go up the field. He does look to combine. He does look centrally a little bit. And there is the idea or the feeling when you're watching him that he has the skill to, if he's not going to pull it off, at least to make the second best pass. And I don't know. I honestly, it's been pretty much a breath of fresh air, and similarly to Mendy, which we'll get to, I'm sure. But just watching him, I don't feel apprehensive every time he touches the ball, and that in and of itself is an improvement.
We gotta keep him healthy and fit, I think, is the point I'd make. Like he came out of the gates pretty fast last year too, and I'm not predicting that he's gonna fade or anything like that, but that's obviously a similar situation. Leicester over relied on him as well, and so we're going to need to find matches where we can spell him a little bit. We can get him a little bit of a break, and I would agree. So far, he's looked maybe like the best signing that we've made. I think he's improved the team a hell of a lot, and his service is tasty, man. He's going to end up having a handful of assists this year, and probably should have had more. So I'm excited about him. I'm looking ahead at all these matches, and I'm like, hey, how do we find some sort of rotational balance so that he's not getting burned out too early? Because we're going to need him all year.
Well, in that vein, I guess, sorry to cut in here, but if, for example, he does pick up an injury, what do you think our go-to is? Are we just going to roll the dice and do what Lampard says he does and base it on training? Or is there an out-and-out second-best left back at this club?
Yeah, you got three more left backs. You just throw one in till they mess up. Yeah. You throw another one in, and then you bring Ashley Cole on the 26-man roster on another no contract. And Amadi, you got options, all right? Frank's got a lot of depth at left back.
It's true.
No, it's a drop-off, right? The fact that we still have Emerson and Alonso is pretty awkward. Because, well, how was that going to work? We didn't even barely know who was the best out of them, depending on the month or the day. And now we potentially have to figure out who's going to back him up. And, Aspie could potentially go over there. It's the left back, if Ben Chilwell's not there, is a mess. And not a good mess for Lampard. It's absolutely going to kill the morale amongst the team. It's not a great situation for us. Obviously, Emerson and Jorginho are close. Alonso and Kepa are close. Jorginho's back in the team, but Kepa's not. So now we're Spanish, contingent are on a bit of an island, not feeling the love anymore. So we'll have to, kind of see how it goes. I think, avoiding injuries is always key, especially with this condensed season. Even cutting a month out adds a lot of extra games, midweek games, and minutes to be played and things. So that's going to be massively important. And I said I wasn't really sure of him. I am absolutely sure of him. That just shows that I'm a long ways off my scouting badges, and will continue to work on it until I realize that Ben Chilwell was a great quality signing. I don't think he was our best signing, Nick, but that's okay. We can disagree.